Capital Combat Parley here at Mixed Martial Arts Fitness Academy in Ottawa. We are joined by Master DaMatta and Stephane D'Amour. How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Now, sir, you were recently traveling, spreading jiu-jitsu all over the world. You were in Italy, northern Italy, and you were in England, and now you're in Canada. Speak to us about your time in Italy and in England.
Oh, it's always amazing, to travel the world doing what I love and spreading the word of jiu-jitsu, both gi and no gi, and Italy is always amazing. I have a few affiliates there that I go pretty often, like maybe 2-3 times a year there. And I made some good connections this time, so I'm going to expand for one more gym this upcoming year. I went to Brescia, I went to Milan, and I went to Rome with Alessio Sakara, one of our fighters, and also has an American top team in Rome. And then after that, I went to Manchester, where I have a gym there. It's always nice to go there, even though the weather's not the best, But it's always nice, always a full gym. Those guys are always, very anxious to get me back there. And then here I am, my second home in Ottawa, Canada. As you guys know, I probably come here like 3-4 times a year, with Master Stephane. And it's always a pleasure to be here, always, And let's spread the word,
How was jiu-jitsu in Italy? How was it?
Well, in Italy, I focused this time more in no-gi. It was the first gym that I went. It was a pretty good surprise, that I thought that it was going to be like, I will not say empty seminar, but I wouldn't expect to be over 60 people in my first seminar at the city, especially because of the fact that that city does not have more than 200, people living there. So it's a small city in the close to the Lago di Garda, which is a beautiful lake in northern Italy. It was amazing, like the level of people, the level of the students there are really amazing. We have a fighter called Mara Borello, who just recently fought in UFC, and she's actually fighting again in January, and that's her gym. And I was pretty happily surprised with the level there.
Now, Steph, speak to us about this weekend here. You had both of these gentlemen training here at your dojo. Speak to us as to what was covered.
Well, yesterday we covered with Master Parrumpa the butterfly guard, and every time he's coming here, we're always working on continuing advancing the curriculum that he is implemented here at ATT Ottawa. So when the students come and train and they're always attending the seminars regularly, they're always going to be, it's like adding on every time, and there's always a progression, and it's nice to see that the students, with all the hard work we've done for the last 6 years together, that every time, Master was saying yesterday that they're always getting better. Every time, there's always another level that we're taking it. So it's always a great experience. And today with Cole Miller, he's going to be covering from stand-up, striking, all the way to wrestling, to the ground, setting up submissions with punches. So it's going to be really exciting. We've got people coming in from Montreal also, wanting to gain some experience. So it's going to be a great day.
Now, you also got promoted.
Yes.
Yes. Speak to us about your promotion.
Well, it's a great honor to represent the Master here in the American top team here in Canada, and I follow everything he does to the letter. There's no variation, and I think that's one of the things we get along quite a lot. So it's a great honor for me just to be with him all the time and to get his mentorship. So to me, it's another step to many different steps and a lifetime together.
Anything you want to mention in regards to his promotion?
Well, I mean, like Stephane said, it's a long time relationship. We're not going for a sprint. We're going for a marathon together, And this is, believe it or not, is just the beginning, People see him getting promoted to a brown belt, and it's close to the end. Not even close. It's close. It's getting close from the beginning. I always say that when you get your black belt, you become a white belt again, and that's the the mental focus, the mental state that you have to be when you get your black belt. So if you're not even a black belt yet, you have to wait and until it's your time. And he represents everything that a martial art practitioner, you know, would be. You know, he's very respectful, very loyal, and very he follows everything to the T, you know. So that's what I believe why he's having so much success, because he carries that when he teaches. He carries my OCD with him, you know, because if it's not perfect for me, it's wrong. And Cole Miller is one of my black belts. He vouch for that. You know, sometimes he does things pretty good, and I said it's not good because it's not perfect, you know. And that's part of my OCD. But I think that every good jiu-jitsu instructor needs to have a little bit of OCD to be so picky on the details and whatnot, you know. And I think Stephane understands that, even though sometimes he doesn't agree with my OCD, but he carries that to his students, and he is really picky on the details and everything. And that reflects in the results that we've been having in the tournaments here, you know. We go to all the tournaments, and we always bring back a lot of medals. So, you know, hats off to him and the work that he's been doing here, and also hats off to his students that are really loyal as well, you know.
I think that's an awesome point about quality assurance, always ensuring that the technique is proper, so on and so forth. One last question. I read somewhere that you pray before you compete. Can you speak as to why you do that?
Well, I mean, I'm not a church guy at all. I was raised in a Catholic, you know, high school and everything. But I've been pretty disappointed with church, you know, lately. But I didn't lose my faith at all. I'm a religious person, you know. That being said, every time that I step either on the cage or on the mat, I always pray, you know. I pray for wisdom. I pray for, you know, to make me safe out there. And lately I've been competing at a super heavyweight, which is like 5 weight divisions above mine. So I always pray for not getting hurt, you know, because if I get hurt, I won't be able to work the next day, you know, which is teaching and everything. So, yeah, I always pray, you know, God's always with me.
Thank you very much for your time. Congratulations on your promotion. Capital Combat Parley.